Today we're roasting some short ribs with a very simple rub. Salt and Chinese 5-spice. The whole thing cooks in just more than 3 hours with minimal active cooking time, perfect for batch cooking. Let's do it. First up, we salt the beef. Even though we're using a rub, I personally disagree with the approach where you mix the salt with the spices. Because the rub can wash off and I want to have more precision when it comes to the salt. In this case, because of the size of the bone, we are using 0.6% salt. 1% for me would make the whole thing too salty. And you can definitely do this ahead. And if time permits, of course, dry brine this. Salt it ahead, leave it in the fridge uncovered, but then add the spices just before cooking. So the moisture drawn out by the salt will not tame the vibrance and freshness of your spices. So as you can see, only when there's no visible salt on the tray and you have the illusion of them being absorbed, we add the rest of the rub. Now I can afford to be very liberal and just let them saturate the surface, dusting off whatever we don't need. From experience, equal weight Chinese 5-spice would be enough. And of course here we have cinnamon, clove, star anise, citron peppercorn and fennel seeds. We've covered quite extensively what each brings to the table in our hoisin sauce recipe. But today, because of the long cooking time, what you'll really get from them is the warmth, some sweetness, and some really detectable woody notes. Kind of mimics a barbecue, but in the oven and in just 3 hours. And these notes would complement the richness of the ribs perfectly. And for anyone who likes cup noodles, you know 5-spice and beef, they're best friends. New tray, wire rack. You want some space between the ribs for proper air circulation. And speaking of air circulation, we elevate the ribs, not figuratively. Literally. You can do it however you want. For me, the easiest way, you make 4 balls with tin foil. This is so that the bottom does not steam itself. Elevate, ball. Perfect. Now into the oven they go, 120 fan only, bottom shelf. With ribs this size, about 3 hours. You want the core temperature to just be above 92 Celsius, but they're quite forgiving so you can even judge them visually. As long as they've shrunk into this emoji-like picturesque rib with a decent crust, you can safely take them out. After 3 hours and a 30-minute rest, we have these beauties. Developed and set beautiful crust, which has taken on some bark-like colors thanks to the color of the 5-spice powder. Quite easily pull out the bone. And look at that, all the collagen has melted into juicy, yummy gelatine. This is beef short ribs with 5-spice.